Morning everyone. I'm going to be doing a review of the Flip Belt trail running half tight shorts. Alright, let's start with a quick walk around. I gotta say, these things are great. I've been absolutely loving them as I've been training for an ultra, and I want to discuss what I like about them and what I don't like about them. So, first thing I like about them, the phone pocket in the front. This thing right here is fantastic. My favorite way to carry my phone, easy to get to, no bounce. I have a big phone that's a iPhone 14 Pro Max with a fairly beefy case on it. Fits just fine. I was worried about that. It also fits in the side pockets. These ones here, well, I rarely put it there. I rarely put anything there, but on a morning like this where I'm doing 10 miles and I need water and I need some nutrition, but I didn't want to wear a running vest because even though the sun's not even up yet, it's getting pretty hot. Not to mention smoky. I didn't want to mess around with the running vest. I want to just go light and go a little bit faster. So I have in each pocket one of these, half a liter, 500 milliliter Solomon. Actually, it came with my vest. These slender bottles fit really well. I have like a thicker Hydra Pack one with a Patagonia logo on it. Doesn't fit so well. These barely fit, and I'm always pretty eager to drink a little bit out of them so that they fit a little bit better. These ones do have tons of storage, and that's one of the reasons I really like them. Right above that water bottle pocket, you got a space for your AirPods. You can also fit car keys in here. If you wear like a nose dilator, you can fit one of those in there too. On the other side, this one can hold like 3 to 4 gels if you're really cramming them in. Right now I've got the Smartwool sleeves that I was wearing this morning when it was cooler before the sun started to rise, and it's nice. It keeps it out of the way. Finally, in the back, this pocket is pretty great. I don't use it as much. Things bounce back there. It's just hard to get around it. I have one of these. It's filled with a homemade running gel, and it does bounce when it's full. Maybe it's because I have no butt. And I will say, if you've got a liter of water on your tights and a 250 milliliter goo on your butt and your phone and your AirPods, like, these things sag. And again, I've got no butt, so maybe that's a part of it, but as what it is. It's only an issue for the first like hour until some of that weight goes away, but for longer runs, I'm still taking a vest with me, no doubt. Okay, let's get to some of the things I don't like as much, starting with the fact that they're tights. I like them when I'm wearing them. Getting them on and off, a little tricky, and I've never really worn running tights before. This is the only pair I've ever had, but still a little bit hard to pull them on. Using the bathroom, if you got to pull down your pants, the phone might fall out for one thing in that front pocket. Another thing is just kind of tight, and I'm a little uncomfortable getting them on and off. Once they're on, great. Love the tightness. I wear a size large. I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. When I buy pants, I usually buy like a 34-inch waist. I can fit into a 32, but I don't want to. So that's, and like I said, size large. So if you're wondering, because the models look like they might have a bigger waist than me on their website, I'm wearing a size medium. I can't imagine trying to squeeze into a size medium. One other thing that I don't love, these little bib holders. They work, they do work, but you can't get to your phone if it's in this pocket. So when I ran a marathon last month, I just pinned the bib to my shirt because I wanted to get to my phone. For like a 5K or 10K, or maybe you don't have your phone with you, or you want to go without a shirt, it'll work. It'll definitely work. Not my personal preference. Another thing that does not work for me, I don't even have them on anymore, but these guys are for holding trekking poles. 2 reasons they don't work for me. One, I have traditional telescoping hiking poles, not the folding running poles, and so they don't have enough like substance to fit well, and they just bounce. They don't stay. It's pretty uncomfortable. Maybe not uncomfortable, but it doesn't work. That being said, I could see how it could work with the more traditional poles, but things back there just bounce. Maybe that's me, maybe that's my body or my running gait or whatever, but I'm not a fan of that. I just took them off, got them out of the way. Maybe I'll get some poles eventually and try it out. I can store my poles easily on my vest, so that's not an issue for me. So yeah, overall, huge fan of these things. No thigh chafe, which is a big one for me. Once I figured out which underwear to pair it with, there's very little chafe at all, anywhere. You know, do your lubrication, whatever you got to do, make it happen. But yeah, good stuff. Would recommend. And if you got questions, drop them in the comments. I spent so long trying to figure out what shorts to buy because I just couldn't get a good review. And I'm not sponsored or anything, but I'll put a link down below if you want to check them out. And these are the trail running tights. But I imagine all the other ones are pretty similar from what I've seen. All right, have fun out there.